Well then, hello everyone. This is gonna be my second try for this recording, so hopefully I don't fuck up like last time. So anyways, this is gonna be, as you can probably see, a what if about what if female Deku was actually Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite. At least one of the Elizabeths. One Elizabeth, I should say. Now let's start from the end of Bioshock Infinite, where Booker gets drowned by many versions of Elizabeth. One of them having sort of light green hair, but well, actually, the normal brown hair, but light green highlights being well our Elizabeth following. After the drowning sequence happens, they all the Elizabeths vow to hunt down the Comstocks of their universes. Now, our Elizabeth would be around for her first year of high school. She knew about her tears and everything, but she doesn't really know. Unlike all the other Elizabeths, she doesn't really know how to control them. Well, all the other Elizabeths were stuck in a single place, and that's how they learned. That's how they learned about their tears. Our Elizabeth didn't really do that. She actually had a loving mother, and her father, being well Booker, did disappear one day. Which I'm gonna ironically say this is the Booker they killed, since the canon Booker was technically Comstock. So I'm just gonna do it like that. I'm gonna say the twins giving Booker false memory. Well, are Booker's false memories about Elizabeth. I'll say that just in the My Hero universe, Booker DeWitt was a prominent police detective. He was actually about to become, well, chief police. But then the shit with Comstock happened. I would say the reason how Elizabeth got her rift powers is the shit with Comstock happens, but the heroes found Comstock and freed the girl. Brought her back to Booker and Inko. Booker then went crazy because the twins implanted memories into him, and he ran off searching for Elizabeth. Or Anna. Then to the ending of, well, Bioshock Infinite. Everything happens. So basically, what the Elizabeth I'll be technically using is the one from the Rapture DLC for Infinite. But yeah, I will be using the looks, not really what she does, because she doesn't have the rift. But then, let's just continue on, shall we? She then returns back. Inko's worried about she just suddenly disappeared. She then reassures her mother that she didn't attend to. She was just practicing her quirk. She's basically she basically calls her quirk reality warp. Or reality tears, you can say. Or tears in reality, whatever you want to call it, but she generalizes it to tears. Then let's fast forward on into the end. Oh, junior year of high school, aka Japanese high school, being her second year. She then she's around this point she didn't meet Bakugo until her second year into high school. They get along pretty well, but she can sense familiarity in Bakugo, being it has some sort of some relatable personality to her father. I'll say this for comedy reasons. Bakugo wants to see her quirk, so she tells him to sit down at the desk, tells him to get off his desk, and he opens a tear. Well, she opens a tear on his desk, being a Japanese soldier, who then looks at Bakugo and goes to attack him, but she closes the tear, having it disappear. She then explains that she can warp reality and bring stuff in from the past into the present, or warp different certain things into reality. However, she can't always do it. She can't do it at will. She actually has to find the tears. If something happened there, she can easily bring it back. And the reason why the soldier attacked Bakugo is because she doesn't have much control over it right now. Normally, normally when she opens a rift or tear, sorry, the entity, if it was a person from the tear, it would follow Elizabeth's orders. Then let's fast forward to what the teacher does in canon in their third year, saying, "Oh, who am I kidding? I know all you want to be heroes, and well, we have two people going to UA, and Bakugo Katsuki, you're one of them, right?" It's like, hell yeah, but none of these extras will ever be able to do anything. They'll be just lucky to become some sort of psychic to an F rank hero. Elizabeth doesn't really care. As the teacher then speaks up, also, speaking of that, Elizabeth, I'm gonna say DeWitt. I know, fuck it, I'm just gonna call her by her name. Elizabeth, you're also planning to go into UA, isn't that correct? Yes, it is. My father always wanted me to go to UA, but I never don't know what happened to him. He disappeared one day, and Mother refused to tell me, telling me that he's gone crazy after my kidnapping back when I was little, by the villain known as the Prophet. Kidnapped me when I was about 2 years old. My father went crazy trying to look for me, and after I got back, he disappeared. I honestly don't know at this point, but yeah. So basically, I'm trying to do a mixture of Deku, and Elizabeth's personalities. How Elizabeth is how Elizabeth is curious, but this is going to be Rapture Elizabeth. She's sort of cold, but I'm also mixing with Deku's sweet personality, so it makes a really weird kind of Todoroki style personality where she's cold, but she actually means well. She's also extremely shy, being that from Deku. But yeah, enough about that. Let's continue, shall we? Actually, let's do a little bit of world building. Plasmids and stuff still exist, and Rapture did happen. People think that, well, in the history of quirks, plasmids were the origins of quirks. Were the first quirks that relied on a mutation in the DNA. Let's just say during that, Rapture only fell due to civil war, not due to the atom stuff, the atom addiction. Atom was harvested, yes, but it was never addictive. I know I'm changing the bioshock story, but it's just to make it make sense for the My Hero story. But yeah, all that stuff happens. And there's a very old hero in the number 5 spot known as Subject Delta. In the number 6 slot, there's a hero known as Subject Sigma. And a deceased villain known as Subject Omega. If you see what I'm getting at, those are the three. That is Johnny Topside, MS. Forgot the name of the guy, but I know it's MS something. And well, Sinclair. Rest in peace, my man. But yeah, all that stuff happens, and those are the heroes. There's also a vigilante known as Big Sister, being Eleanor from Bioshock 2. This is kind of be a world where everything happens in Rapture, but differently. Well, enough about that. Let's continue from the story. And then we come to the Sludge villain instant, which it plays out like canon. However, when I'm going to do this for interaction, because that's kind of what happens in Infinite. Well, suggested by one of the people. I think it did. I'm not too sure. I haven't played Infinite in a while. Hell, I'm going through it again right now. So scratch that. I have no idea. I don't really listen to dialogue much. I just play the game. Well, anyways, the Sludge villain comes up from the sewers like normal. He says that I need to hide from that freak. Hey, you girl, give me your body. I need to hide. It's like, but Elizabeth reacts saying like, so you're a rapist. Get away from me. As she just starts running away. Sludge villain didn't see it like that, so he starts chasing her, and well, she sees she has no other choice but to open a tear, which she does. Bringing in, let's just say, it was a tear of All Might. Actually, no, even better, a tear of Nana Shimura. She doesn't know who this is. She just opened the tear, and this hero is fighting the Sludge villain. All Might then gets out the sewer, and well, first he sees the Sludge villain destroyed, and he sees Nana, gray, looking gray, has a gray tinge and staticky. She then goes up and tries to talk to his former master, but no response. What he's saying is like, how are you alive? What happened to you? Why are you staticky? As Elizabeth just closes the tear. All Might looks at this and is like, what? So it was your quirk. Interesting. He then goes over to Elizabeth, and unlike in canon, Elizabeth's not a really fan of heroes. She likes them, and she wants to become one to stop Comstocks from entering her world. That's kind of what she's gonna do. Stop any more Comstocks from entering her world. All Might then asks about her quirk, and she simply says, her quirk is called Tears in Reality. She can see these tears around at any point, and her quirk allows her to open these tears and bring the past into present. I have much more control than I used to have over them. And I was able to bring back your former master, if I heard correctly, due to a tear. However, she doesn't have any memories of you or anything. She just follows my orders, being at that point defending me. She then opens a tear to bring out a reinforced bottle, saying like, "I think he's made mostly of sludge. Is that correct?" All Might then states, "Yes, that is correct. Here, take this. It's a bottle from my tear. It's a experimental one from Rapture, I think it was called. If he tries to break out of it, it'll shock him. So take it and give it to the police. He shouldn't be able to break out of this." He then states thank you as he puts it in his pocket and jumps off. She walks back, and the Bakugo sludge incident doesn't happen. Now let's cut to the 10 months of training. What she mostly does is, well, she just kind of does more mentality stuff. It gets more intelligence. As well as, I'll just say this: she can bring in plasma. She can bring in Booker, since she can feel Booker was always around her. So she can kind of bring in Booker like a stand with her tear. Kind of like the illusions she saw in the Infinite DLC. However, these illusions are kind of more real. They happen. They have happened. Yeah, sorry if I'm yawning a little bit. But yeah, these happened. And well, we cut forward to the entrance exam. She goes in and sits down next to Bakugo. Bakugo is happy to see her. Around this point, she's wearing her, well, before her corset outfit. Her hero outfit is going to actually be her brutal at sea outfit. However, she's going to convince Nezu to let her wear her corset. Just for just for more stylistic and what she's used to, and since she needs some sort of, she's gonna lie saying that she need her quirk requires some sort of, well, breathing, some restraints on her waist to allow her to basically trick her quirk to think that she's dying, which allows her to see more tears that can protect her. So what happens? So the written exam goes like normal. However, Elizabeth places right under Nezu. She gets one of his questions right. One of his misspelled questions. She's smarter than Momo, just by a bit. Now then, we cut to the practical. Now we go to the practical exam, and, well, he's just. Present Mike is explaining the 0 pointer, 1 pointer, or explaining the 1 pointer, 2 pointer, and 3 pointer. Ida stands up and then explains, and then does his usual stick about how you didn't get to explain the 0 pointer. If this is incorrect information on UA's part, I'm sure I am highly disappointed as I'm part of a hero family, and blah 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 blah. As he keeps going on, let's just say for fun that the room is the size of a 0 pointer. It can fit a 0 pointer. What she does, she basically throws a paper at President Mike. He picks it up and reads it, telling him to step aside. He's confused but complies as he sees a girl in a white blouse with a blue skirt and, well, blue tie, sort of. I don't ribbon. I'm gonna say I don't know what it's called. Stands up and puts her hands together and pulls it apart as a 0 pointer appears next to him. He's kind of freaked out about this. And Nezu sees it. And Nezu saw this. Because it's Nezu. Of course he's going to look in the cameras. As Elizabeth then speaks up, like, is this the 0 pointer you were talking about, sir? I was just going to say, is this the 0 pointer you were talking about, Professor? President Mike then looks about it and it's like, yeah. How did you do that? Simple. My quirk. It allows me to bring items in from the past. And it seems like you had a 0 pointer in here in the past, so I brought it in here. And thankfully it's deactivated, but I can probably make it activate. As she closes her tear, but she closes her tear and Ida shuts up. As she states, they were about to explain it too, by the way. That's the reason why I did this display. Also, we know Elizabeth can enter the rifts. So before the countdown begins, she opens a rift, a small one just to fit her, and she enters into the canon My Heroverse as she goes into the arena and then opens a tear and exits back into her version of My Heroverse, My Hero World. And actually, no, fuck it. Let's say that she opens a tear and goes back in time to where Torshinori or All Might was going through the entrance exam. She enters. Everyone is confused, maybe thinking like, okay, maybe she has a quirk that allows her to just randomly appear, like some sort of portal quirk. As then she opens under its hair and exits, appearing right in front of the gate. As everyone calls her out for this, but Mike, right before he even begins his countdown, says, "Looks like she's beat me to it. There's no real countdown to hero battle. Now get going. Now go, 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 go!" All Might and Nezu recognize her, saying like, "Isn't that the girl that appeared all these years back?" As All Might thinks like, so she doesn't only be able to open tears to the past to bring items and people from the past, but she can also make tears to go to the past. And All Might's thinking maybe she can do that in the future, to the future too. I'm not giving her future powers, but yeah. Also, no one has no one has one for all yet. If you have any idea who you want to get it, even Elizabeth, I don't mind. Maybe if you guys decide you give her one for all, I'll give her the ability to use her tears to go about a day into time, a day ahead in time. It'll be pretty interesting. Sorry about that. Well, anyways, all the stuff happens like normal. However, what makes people really surprised is that she opens a tear and brings. She's at the point where she can open two tears, which is impossible in Bioshock, but let's just say for fun that she can. She opens two tears and bring in All Might and Aizawa. They're high school versions. Actually, no, this is she bringing in All Might and Endeavor. Nezu sees this as like, is this the bringing past into reality you're talking about, All Might? As All Might states, yes, this it is. And also, the unique thing about it, they don't have memories about what happens in their past. What do you mean? We don't have memories of it, of helping her. Because, what she explained, when she brings someone from a tear, they're basically mindless and follow her orders. And Nezu, we actually have a request for you. From her. What? Saying that she can better mimic her quirk if she looks a certain way. She said that she went to a different dimension by accident. And she's met more versions of herself wearing this outfit, being, well, her corset outfit. When she talked to them, all the other versions say that they were able to see more tears of this outfit. And well, Nezu then complies, saying like, okay, we can have her wear it. Is that her hero costume? No. Like, no, that's not her hero costume. Actually has a different request for her hero costume. That she just wants so she can train better and get used to her quirk easier. I accept. I agree to it. As now we cut back to Elizabeth going through the entrance exam. And well, the same situation with Uraraka the situation with Uraraka would happen. It happens with, let's say, Mina. Let's deal with Mina. Mina happens, and well, she closes the tear of Endeavor and All Might, and brings a bigger tear in of. Then brings in Booker, because there's somehow Booker's always near her, and she doesn't know why. So she opens the tear for Booker. Booker, unlike her other tears, are semi-sentient. He's more reliant on Elizabeth's consciousness, just like in Brutal at Sea, how the Booker illusion is kind of just Elizabeth's conscience. And well, all that happens. He then goes over. Booker then sees the girl and then just tells Elizabeth, "That's what you want me to do, huh?" As Elizabeth just nods and like, "Got it. I'll be right back. I'll take care of the giant robot thing." 0 pointer. Whatever. As he then equips Shock Jockey, shocks it. Everyone sees this and sees the same color that she always had, but they're wondering like, how is he alive? As All Might pipes up, like she probably brought him back because he did go through UA, but he didn't become a hero. He got his license and everything to help out in the police, but he didn't become a hero. He became a detective. Ow. Well, anyways, let's conclude that and fast forward to let's. She then brought up after the entrance exam. Uraraka's that recovery girl or Mina's at the recovery girl getting healed, but then she's called up by Nezu to his office with all the other heroes. They then sit down and ask her about what her quirk does. She explains all the things I explained to you about her quirk, or about her powers and infinite. They then said, "Okay, you can go." Fast forward 2 weeks where she got her letter. She placed second place, barely behind Bakugo by literally a point. But that was all villain points. However, she did get first place due to her getting some rescue points. And that they did accept her condition. They did accept her request of wearing her corset type outfit. And well, all that happens. Let's fast forward to the first day of UA. It goes similar to canon. However, she places slightly lower because, well, she doesn't really see any tears, since Aizawa is not a teacher she knows of. Now let's go to the hero versus villain stuff. Well, she knows before that, the Mineta peeping scene happens, and, well, she senses a tear in the boys' room. So she opens a semi tear. A one-way tear is the ability I'll give her. That allows her to see through it, but no one else can. She can see through walls and everything. She opens it up and sees the tear in the other room. So she opens it up as someone mentioned that there might be a pervert in the boys' side. So she opens it and summons basically Booker. And Booker goes to the sand right in front of the hole. The boys are confused, saying what the hell? Who's that? I never seen it before. Midnight tries to get past them while Booker tells him, "You stare at my daughter, I will fucking kill you." Midnight is instantly afraid and just kind of just gives up and walks away. As they exit, they see him still standing there and disappear. Kirishima's the one who saw this and finds it weird. All the girls are wondering about it, and she just says it's her quirk called reality, tears in reality. Now let's all, like I just explained about it. Now let's fast forward to the hero versus villain test. All Might comes through saying like, I am here, comes through the door like a normal person, and stuff like that. He then presses the button he brings in cases with everyone's hero costumes. They go down to the changing room and she gets changed into her brutal at sea look. Everyone's like, "Wow, you look really cool," and everything. She says, "Thank you," as they go on into the hero's villain test. She's paired up with, let's say, Mina for this. against Bakugo and Uraraka. She says she has an idea, but you might not like it. She tells Mina to grab her hand as she opens a tear big enough to fit the both of them, and goes to a point where none of them was there. They know where the bomb is thanks to, well, the ghost of the illusion of Booker telling her that it's on the top floor. They then proceed to walk, because they're in the point where it was 3 hours before class. They walk to the top floor and open a tear. Let's just say that the tear is most noisy on her side, so when she opens it, it was silent on Udaraka's. They open it and just walk through. They just both walk to the bomb and, well, press it. As All Might says Hero Team wins, as Udaraka turns around and sees them, saying, "How the hell did you guys get up here?" Everyone's confused except for All Might. For some reason. Everyone's confused of why he's not confused. He stated like she's done this before. Not just only her tears allow her to bring in people from the past, bringing the past into the present, but allows her to travel to the past. From the looks of it, she traveled to a point where we weren't there yet. And it looks like she was able to bring in people with her. She was able to, well, she went back in time, brought Mina with her, went up to the floor where the bomb was, and, well, opened a tear again, opened one of her tears, and went through, and touched the bomb. He then explains who's the VMP of that battle. Mumble then pipes up saying no one, because no one really fought. As All Might would say, I agree with you, but Elizabeth did the most work doing her time travel shit. And, well, all this stuff happened. The fights go sort of like canon, but not really. Now let's cut to, well, a day later. Not the USJ, no. I'm going to do that next episode, most likely. Most likely. Cut to a day later where she's having dreams about, well, Bioshock Infinite. And she has a dream about a Comstock in a place called Rapture. She then goes on and, well, opens a tear to Rapture. And that's where Brutal at Sea takes place. However, Elizabeth doesn't die. And it's brought back to Rapture. No. Sorry again. She simply just does that and then quickly opens the tear back to the My Hero universe. It's been 2 days since she left. Everyone's freaking out. As she just randomly appears in front of Nezu. Saying, oh, hello, Principal. Sorry about that. Sorry if I disappeared for a couple days. I was off training somewhere. Nezu just simply states, like, no, it's no problem, Miss Elizabeth. Miss DeWitt. Please. Elizabeth then states, please, calls me Elizabeth. I don't really like going by my last name, personally. No problem, Miss Elizabeth. So how was your training? Good, I was able to get a grasp of my time travel abilities. I managed to travel back to Rapture. And Nezu, I actually brought you something as a gift. Like, what? You wanted to learn about the origins of Quirk, correct? The plasmids? Yes, and your father's Quirk was plasmid. So I was curious about it. I brought you back one of these plasmid bottles. Ooh, what do they do? All you have to do, what I've heard of, you drink it. I'm using the Bioshock Infinite version where all you do is drink it to get the plasmid. And Nezu says, I see. I'll do some research on it. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth. No problem. Also, he gives Nezu a little statue of a Big Daddy, an Alpha series, being an series Big Daddy, saying like, I got this also. I think subject Delta and Sigma might know about this. As he says, I'll actually ask him later on today. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth. No problem. And I can tell he's always freaking out, so please tell him not to freak out. Because I'm gonna go to my. Around this point, dorms are established and everything, and her dorm looks like her tower. Yeah. She's like, I'm going back to my dorm and rest now. It's around like I say 8 o'clock at night. Aizawa's out there looking for her still. He hasn't slept for 2 days. For the 2 days she's been missing. As well, she just heads back to her dorm and goes to sleep. Then we cut to Aizawa, who gets a call from he. God damn it, I can't speak today. We cut to Aizawa, who's currently looking for Elizabeth, as he runs into subject Delta and Sigma having a chat. He simply states about. He overhears subject Delta talking about the big sister, stating like, I have no idea why my daughter decided to become a vigilante, but she doesn't kill anyone, so I did tell her that if she gets caught by any other hero, she will have to turn herself in, but and if she gets caught by me, I will turn her in. But as long as she doesn't get caught by me, and when she's at home, he's not gonna arrest her. Since to him, family comes first. As Sigma agrees, saying like, I agree with that. I agree with that. Delta? Too bad that Omega is no longer around. Yeah. Too bad those mind control villains really got to him. Yeah. Poor Sinclair. Should we go visit his grave later on tonight? Let's do that. After our patrol ends in an hour, so let's continue, shall we? As both Sigma and Delta turn around to see Aizawa, saying like, so you must be teaching Elizabeth, isn't that correct? As they both, as he looks at Aizawa looks at him saying, yes, actually. It's like we're friends of Booker. You may know us as Suspect Delta and Sigma, but our real names are. I only have sort of recollections of my name due to the mutations in my body when I go do my quirk, as he puts in air quotes. All the heroes know about Subject and Delta's origin, the subject's origins, being they were around since Rapture. As Nezu gets a call, and Delta overhears this, saying like, it's Nezu. He then tells Aizawa that Elizabeth has returned from. She apparently went to go to train for 2 days. She also brought him some presents, a plasmid from Rapture, since apparently she went back in time. Delta hears is like, a plasmid. I haven't heard that word in forever. As well, Nezu overhears this and says, Subject Delta. Nice to see you. It's like, that's nice to hear you too, Nezu. I can't see you right now, remember? You're currently at work. Sorry. But anyways, I have a statue of you, actually, that she brought back as well. And she said that you were something called a Big Daddy. They know their origins, but they don't know what Subject Delta and Sigma did. As he states, yes, I was. And he then grabs the phone Aizawa and explains what a Big Daddy is, how they're genetically mutated people, that are assigned to protect girls called little sisters. Genetically mutated girls born from. I would say that they're not kidnapped when they're born from vats back in Rapture, and they are used for kind of harvesting and getting rid of dead bodies. However, Rapture only failed due to civil war, but he suspected that if the little sisters got to more power, the little sisters were kind of harvested in a way to gather Atom. Atom was the currency we used to make. Atom was used to make plasmids, and you can only get Atom from dead bodies. So anytime we had anyone dead, a little sister's there to claim their plasmid, their Atom. And the Big Daddy is in charge to protect the little sister from anyone who want to try to steal her and take the Atom from her to make their own plasmid. He states that you already know that we're called Alpha Series. I'm an Alpha. Me Delta, or me Sigma, and the villain known as Omega were Alpha Series Big Daddies. We were the first of our kind. Around the point of the fall of Rapture during the Civil War, I was brought back to life by my daughter. Like, I was brought back. He's not going to mention the relationship between him and Big Sister. He would say, like, I was brought back to life by by the vigilante known as the Big Sister. And so forth and so forth. As Aizawa, then the phone call ends, and Aizawa thanks them for their time. And maybe you guys should pop by and say hi to Elizabeth. I'm pretty sure she would love to see you guys again, because apparently she met you all those years ago. As they both simply state, we would love that. We'll see you later, Razorhead. See ya, Delta, Sigma. And well, that's where I'm going to end it. I hope this wasn't too cringy. I'm not that good at storytelling right now. So, if you guys liked it, like and subscribe. And if you want me to continue this, just comment down below. I'm not too sure about this anymore, but if you like it, just comment and subscribe. This is Left 4 Dead. Peace out, survivors. Keep it surviving.